Привет, привет. Всем привет. Как меня слышно, видно? Let me know, please, if you can hear me, you can see me. I can see you here in the live chat. Hi, Thomas. Great. Thank you. Thumbs up. Okay, sound is good, looks good. Great. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. I don't take it. I always take it seriously because I know in this world how important it is to be focused on your stuff, to have priorities. So I really appreciate your time. So the question I wanted to discuss with you today was, how do I know that I'm ready to speak Russian? Last week, we were talking about a similar thing, but I wanted you to take a step back and to just think, what is your self-talk? What are you thinking about when you feel like, okay, am I ready? Am I good enough for being there? Am I good enough for being understood by others? Is my Russian good enough? So this is not a very positive talk, right? So this is something that we can change, because this is the only thing that separates you and your success in Russian speaking. This is just the story that you're telling yourself before you actually say something. We don't need that story anymore. We have another one, a more positive one. So when you ask yourself this question, am I ready? The answer is no. The answer is you are never ready. We are never ready for something we're maybe not confident about. And if you are waiting for someone to give you that permission to start speaking in Russian, it's never gonna happen. If you want my permission, I'm giving you it right now, straight away. Just take it, please, if it's enough for you. But the thing is that no one is going to be there for you. No one is going to do your push-ups for you. It doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense to ask yourself this question: am I ready? Because your answer will always be no. And we start doubting ourselves all the time before we actually take that step. So don't ask this question anymore. You just have to go there. You just have to be there, and you just have to start speaking. That's it. It's great to say this, but it's not easy to do, right? I know this is not the only thing that I wanted to share with you today. This is just the first step. So the second step, which is very important as well, you need to set your goals. You need to set small, tangible goals for your conversation. So you know that you are going to have a conversation in Russian. What is your goal? You have to be very clear with that. Is your goal to give a TED talk on stage live? No. Is your goal to debate with someone? Is your goal to discuss politics or history in Russian? No. What is your goal? So your goal from the very beginning, it can be something very simple. It can be just to say привет. So you're clear with that, and you just, before you go there, you say to yourself, okay, I just want to say привет today, and that's fine, that's enough. If you have never done it before, that's your first step, and that's your progress. Am I right? I think so. So and if this is something bigger, for example, you want to set a goal to ask a question, it can be only one question. For example, привет, как твои дела? Как ты? Как ты себя сегодня чувствуешь? Как жизнь? It can be something very simple and kind of from a small talk, of course, but this is your first or second or third time, and that's okay. You're practicing. And please don't be there until you get there. Don't try to pretend like you're speaking fluently, because the first moment when you feel uncomfortable, you will not be able to support yourself, right? So you will feel, maybe you will feel really bad about it. So be clear with your goals and just set a small one today. Tomorrow will be another one. The day after tomorrow will be another one, in a week, in a month. And this is what you're going to do, and this is what is going to make a difference for you. And the third step is that stick with it. I want to tell you a story. So 2 years ago, here in New Zealand, in Christchurch, there was an audition for a musical, Evita. You know Evita. So, and I decided for myself, I'm not a professional singer, nothing like that. I just love singing. Maybe you know, if you watched my previous videos. I just love it. It makes me feel so happy and alive, and I just love it. So I decided for myself, I want to go there. And my only goal with it is going to be not to run away, to stay there. So there was like that, like, you know, on this voice shows or something similar. So you have that acts where you are standing, and it was like 5 maybe or 6 people in front of me, professional singers and coaches and like people from art. And they were recording, of course. And my only goal was not to run away. And I was thinking to myself, okay, if I stay there and if I start singing, okay, that's great. But I want to stick just with this one, not to run away. I went there. I was scared to death. But I did it. I didn't run away. And by the way, I wanted to challenge myself. I love it. I love challenging myself. And I wanted to sing it not just in English. So the original version was No llores por mi Argentina. You know that song, right? So I started singing in English first. And so we ended up singing all together. And it didn't really matter that of course, I didn't get the part. It wasn't my goal. But the thing was that we built that connection with I built a connection with other human beings. And I enjoyed it so much. And I wasn't like 100% relaxed, but it was just such a great experience. So this is what I would love for you to do. When you are scared, when you are shy, when you are just, you are not sure how it's going to be for you there, that's fine. Just go for it with a very clear goal and stick with it. Don't think afterwards, oh my gosh, I didn't get the part. That's the end of the world. That wasn't your goal. That's it. Okay. The next thing is intention vs expectation. We don't set expectations because this is the only thing that can destroy the whole experience for you. It doesn't make any sense to set any expectations. The only thing that you bring to the table that you want to share with others is your right intention, your good vibes, your positivity. You're not going there to share, I don't know, some negative news or something. And you don't want anything from others. You are there just to bring that positive vibe and say something in Russian. That's it. So you have to be first very clear with your goal, and second, you don't expect anything from that experience. You just have that right intention. Next thing is that any result, whatever you get out of this experience, is just a result. You are not your results. You are not your previous experience. You are not your expectations. You are who you are. Just right now, in this moment, a beautiful, amazing human being with great vibes and right intention. That's it. So, what does it mean if you don't achieve the goal that you set for yourself? So you wanted to say «Привет, как дела? Как ты? Рад тебя видеть. Что нового? Какие новости? Я так рад с тобой поговорить на русском языке». For example, you didn't say a word. What does it mean? Nothing. It doesn't mean anything. You are not your result. This is just a result, just an experience. You're experimenting, you're testing it, and you're enjoying it. This is the main point. If you don't enjoy it, what's the point then if you don't enjoy it? Or why do you want to speak Russian if you don't enjoy it, right? So this is very important to just detach yourself from it. Detach yourself from the outcome. You are there to enjoy. You are there to share your great vibes. Detach. The next thing is that you can't control others. You can't control what others think, what others say, what others feel. And this is none of your business what they think of you when you speak Russian. If this is a great person who you are sharing this beautiful moment speaking in Russian, okay, amazing. That's great. But if something went wrong and you didn't feel like you actually wanted to continue that conversation, okay, what that person thinks of you, feels about you, that's their business. That's not about you. That's about them. You did your best. You were there. You brought yourself there. You brought your intention, and you were just enjoying it, being there. That's it. Easy, right? So, next very important thing is to review, reflect, and move on. So when you've had that experience and you were very clear with your goal, you're thinking of, okay, how did it go? How did I feel? Did I want to say something else, but I didn't have enough vocabulary? Did I feel like I said something wrong? My pronunciation was bad. You review that experience, you reflect, and you move on. and you set another goal. If you feel like you can write it down, it always helps me with everything. Actually, when you review your experience and you want to progress, you have to write it down or just type it in your computer, whatever you feel like. You have notes on your phone, whatever you feel like. And this is very important, because otherwise you don't feel like you progress. You are thinking to yourself, okay, I just said one word, but that's exactly what you wanted. Another day will be another goal, and you will set another goal, and you will get another result. So this is your job, to be able to sit down and to review your experience. By the way, when you are talking with a Russian speaker, or it can be someone who speaks Russian, you don't have to be someone else. You don't have to be a native Russian speaker with them, right? The only thing that another thing, not the only one, right? Another thing that can help you is just to say honestly, I am learning. Can you please help me? Can you correct me? So these phrases in Russian, because we discussed it last time, I want to share with you now. Пожалуйста, исправь меня, если я делаю ошибки. Пожалуйста, подожди, пока я закончу фразу, и потом скажи мне, если я ошибся. Or если я ошиблась. If this is a woman speaking, я ошиблась. If this is a man speaking, я ошибся. So this is pretty much what I wanted to share with you today. And I wanted to recap quickly. So first thing, we are never ready. So don't ask yourself that question. Just go for it. And you have that permission from now on, okay? Number 2 is set small tangible goals and stick with them. Number 3, intention instead of expectation. Number 4, any result is just a result. Detach yourself from this outcome. You are not your mistakes. You are not your experience. Number 5, you can't control others. What they think is none of your business. You appreciate their time, you appreciate their feedback, but you don't attach yourself to their thoughts. And number 6 is review, reflect, and move on. So this is pretty much what I wanted to share with you. And let's check the time. So it's actually 19 minutes already. Let me see the questions if you have here. That's great to see you guys. How would you describe yourself and why? I'm doing a project, so I have to ask you 10 questions. Okay, you can do that. Of course, I will be happy to answer your questions. Can you email me with these questions, please? So I watched your singing Russian alphabet. It sounds great. Thank you so much. Sounded good. Thank you so much. Thank you. So down to earth and very humble person, unlike others. And oh gosh, Carrie, thank you so much. Seeking Russian girls interested at working in Egypt in tourism. Oh, you think it's me? No, I've been in Egypt for 3 times, but no, I'm not going there for work purposes. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Great philosophy. Thank you so much. That was Aria, right? I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name correctly. Just correct me. Исправьте меня, если я делаю ошибки. Доброе утро, профессор. Я слушаю из Японии. I'm not a professor at all. Guys, I am not an expert. And more than that, I'm not a teacher. I am sharing my experience with you, and I'm happy if it helps. That's it. I'm not a teacher. Good advice all around. Great advice, Elena. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your warm words as always. So I want to be respectful of our time, but just a couple minutes more because I promised to answer your questions from our previous live. And I wanted to also share with you that I am interested in doing more of this type of videos in the future. I'm more interested in real-time interactions. I'm more interested in coaching, in guiding you, in helping you, and looking at this like what's behind the scenes. What's behind the scenes of speaking Russian. And I'm not planning to do any of those videos that I did before. I enjoyed them a lot, but I'm more interested in this deep stuff at the moment. And please let me know how you feel about that. So I just created an Instagram page for us. What we're gonna do there. So I plan from the next week to go live once a week with you and to bring someone of you live there with me and just to have a conversation in Russian. Let me know what you think about this. So there is only one post there because it was just yesterday when, yes, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday when I created it. So this page is not going to be something passive. It's going to be an active page for you to be able to speak, to be able to be there and just for us to have that real conversation in Russian. With YouTube, I plan to do more of these videos behind the scenes, like psychological maybe questions and more about connection and how to help yourself being better and feeling better about speaking Russian. So again, back to the questions that we had last time. So very quickly, раньше, so that was from Chris and Angel Phillips. I know these beautiful people because we had conversations via email, and they live in Kazakhstan. They lived there back then when we talked. So Chris says, раньше я жил в столичном регионе, где русский язык был языком общения. Носители русского языка не будут говорить со мной. Не родные русскоязычные говорили со мной. So Chris is, last time we discussed how it feels when you're speaking with a native speaker and how it feels when you're speaking with someone else who can speak the language you are learning. It's totally different, right? Because you feel like when it's another person learning the language, you're in the same boat. You know, you feel their pain, right? Kinda. Not a pain. We don't talk about negative stuff here. So you can feel them. You understand what they are going through. That's why even when you make mistakes, you feel like, oh, that's fine. He makes mistakes too. And it's easier to take it easy, right? But with a native speaker, as I said last time, it's better to take your time to observe the person. Make sure this is the right person you want to make a connection with. So ask yourself the question, if that person spoke your native language, would you speak to that person? If the answer is yes, go for it in Russian. If the answer is no, don't waste your time, right? So another question was, я помню, что это было землетрясение в Крайстчерче, да? Да, землетрясение было очень большое в Крайстчерче, но мы тогда еще здесь не жили, поэтому у нас не было этого опыта. Но здесь было несколько землетрясений, когда мы уже здесь жили. И это было первый раз для меня, когда я такой опыт получила. Но это было не очень весело, но как-то все прошло хорошо, все в порядке. Спасибо большое, что вы в курсе. What are your plans for YouTube channel and website? As I said, for YouTube channel, it's more about having these conversations with you about what's behind the scenes. And Instagram will be for real-time conversations. So please let me know if you're interested. So I will set it up for next week, and I will let you know beforehand which day we're going to do that. So are you going to make more videos, please? Yes, I am. Can you make a culture video on Russian holidays? There are plenty of these videos out there on the internet. So this is not something I'm really interested in, to be honest. For me, Russian is much more than just Russian culture. We can speak Russian in New Zealand, in America, in Vietnam, wherever we are in the world, right? So it's not just about culture. It's not just about Russia. Russian language is beautiful even when you speak about other things in it apart from Russian culture. So I would love for you just to go there and search how we celebrate holidays and special things in Russia. Okay. Oh, guys, I've seen that you had quite a few questions on grammar. And the thing is that, as I said, it's gonna be more coaching than teaching. I'm not a teacher. I am not a Russian teacher. And I'm not going to do these videos where I explain the differences between some words or explain grammar. This is not what I'm gonna do. You can find this stuff out there, plenty of it. And beautiful stuff, such a useful information, video and audio, all for you. But this is just not mine. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy talking about Russian grammar. When I was learning, and I'm still learning English, I never actually dig deeper into the grammar. When I left school, that was it for me. And that was college, actually. And that was enough of grammar. I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to speak. And this is the only thing that was important for me, to speak, to be able to do that. Otherwise, for me, this language is dead. If you can only write and listen, but you cannot express yourself, writing is expressing of yourself as well. But if you have that ability, if you have the voice, why not to use it? So I'm going to be focusing on coaching instead of teaching. And it's not going to be grammar. Maybe if we have something super interesting, I will make a video for you. But we have to be creative to do that, because this is not my focus anymore. And so just one more thing, please let me know what you think about these real-time conversations on Instagram. Okay, so we ran out of time completely. It's 10:30. here in New Zealand. And I'm going just to check other questions quickly. Я знаю примерно 6000 слов в русском, зато я почти всегда натыкаюсь. Как мне говорить как носители языка? Помогите, пожалуйста. Yeah, this is the thing. The number of words doesn't help really if you don't practice speaking. If you don't go there and you just don't take that step, you're never going to be able to use that baggage of words. The other day, very quickly again, the other day I was speaking with my Japanese friends here, and we were attending a child's birthday party. And we started singing happy birthday, not in Japanese, but in English. But the child's parents, one of the parents was Japanese. And I said, guys, please, let's sing in Japanese. But they say, but actually we sing in English in Japan. So it's all the same. We don't have this song in Japanese. We figured it out. I made them to teach me. And we just make up words. We kind of tried to translate. And it was great. I had my phone with me. I took a note in Russian letters how to sing that song in Japanese. That's it. So just go there. Just go for it. Don't be afraid of asking questions. Don't be afraid of making those beautiful connections with humans. And it doesn't matter how many words you know. Even you have only one, which is привет, that's great. That's your first step. Okay, guys, we have to wrap up. I'm not respectful of our time today, so I'm looking forward to hear from you. You can comment here below this video. You can email me, or you can just join Instagram account, which is Elena Jung Official. I had to use that one. Sorry, no bragging. Just join and let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with me today. And thank you to those who are going to watch a replay. And have a beautiful day, amazing night, and I will see you next time. I will let you know when we are going to do that again. Bye.